Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 36 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Last time, we got one Triforce Shard, I think, among other things. In this episode, I actually don't think we get any Triforce Shards, but they're...
There goes your bait.
as you can see, this part is already a complete dumpster fire. But there were a few. We're getting close to one of the more labor-intensive Triforce Shards in the game, and so I guess I just kind of wanted to take a break here and show a couple of the islands that are nearby. Now I accidentally fed the fish here because I thought it was an island I had never been to before, when in fact it was. Like, I don't know. I saw a reef and I thought, oh, I don't go to the reefs.
So you tossed two bait on a fish you already had the island for.
Yep. And I think that the sad thing is, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had to buy... I would have finished the game with no bait in my inventory. But anyway, if you feed the fish if you feed the same fish more than once, you can do this little archery minigame, which I guess he's fine with. Yeah.
We're finally getting our...
Finally exacting revenge on Fishman, yeah. I don't remember being any good at this.
I don't even like it. Like, he just cries in pain when you hit him. Why does he do this to himself?
I don't know, he's bored.
Maybe he's a masochist.
There's no other fish to talk to in the Great Sea. Yeah, he's like the guy from Little Shop of Horrors, played by Bill Murray.
I remember this being a lot harder without gyro controls.
Yeah. I don't think I could beat this as a kid. But as an adult, it's no problem, right?
Oh no, you're gonna miss this next one, aren't you?
There he is.
Well, look at him. He faked me out. Yeah, I would have. And that's my one.
Delete the episode.
Oh,
yeah, starting over.
You get one miss?
No, you can't. Well, okay, he'll give you 10 rupees for every hit you land on him. But if you get a perfect score, he'll double your reward, and you'll get 200 rupees. So it's not something I usually do when I go back to Wind Waker, just because you don't get like you don't get a heart piece or a treasure chart for it. But it's there if you're into it. If you for some reason need even more rupees, you can hit up Mr. Fishman.
That reminds me of the archery mini game you got to do in the swamp in Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah.
And I recently
except that one's kind of fun.
Yeah, that one is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we recently did that on stream together, and on the Wii U there's input lag, so it's hard mode.
Yeah, there are lots of Zelda games you can play on the Wii U. Unfortunately, for many of them, it is not exactly the optimal version. The N64 emulation on Wii U is not that great. Which just baffles me, because it's from what I've heard, all they did was put like a gray filter over it, which can easily be removed. But it's like, why would they do this? Why would they deliberately make it look worse?
It's like they have this like pretty competent console that's like...
Yeah, it can run them just fine. I bet it could run them at a higher resolution if they actually allowed for it, but no, we're still stuck at 480p upscaled.
They're the opposite of optimized for 4K.
I wonder if the gray filter is literally just to like muddy the screen so you can't recognize like the pixelation of the textures and stuff.
Oh god.
Boy, they sure did a great job with that, didn't they? Like, I got Paper Mario, the N64 original, like, that was one of the first Virtual Console games I got on Wii U, and I was just appalled at it. Like, I couldn't play it, it was so dark. And, like, I don't know, I think I was home, like, I was home from college at the time, visiting my family, and I wanted to play Paper Mario, but I didn't have my Wii with me. So I bought it again on Wii U, and oh my god, I was just so disgusted at how bad it was. Like,
Man.
I bought it twice, come on.
The Wii U really is one of those, like, two steps forward, one step back kind of consoles.
Yeah.
Love you, Nintendo.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, who are they having develop their virtual console games? Like, how does stuff like this happen?
I don't know. I wonder if that was like a line item in like a meeting, and they're like, "Sure, do it, go for it."
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's weird too, because I mean, I think the different emulators they have are handled by different teams. Because the Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance emulation on, well, I mean, you saw our Zero Mission playthrough.
Yeah,
like it's just fine. It looks nice and crisp, and
in fact, it looked better than the GBA, honestly.
Well, I mean, on the GBA, you have, like, pixel match, so it doesn't look quite as blocky, but
yeah.
As far as, like, an upscaled, like, low-res sprite game, it's about as good as you can get. But I guess not every console got that kind of care and attention. So here I am, having to go back to Beetle with my tail between my legs to buy more bait.
I like that you showed us, just to prove that you didn't like
You only need
hack.
4 more points to get the silver membership or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trey, doesn't Beetle just warm the cockles of your heart every time you see him?
I don't want Beetle and cockles in the same sentence.
Okay. we shall strike it from the record. I don't know. This is something. I know it's fillery, but
Welcome to Beetle's Cockle Shop.
You earned silver membership.
yeah, which is truly a worthy reward, as we'll be seeing later in this part. But he's gonna have to mail it to us first.
There's a gold membership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you get for that?
Dan, didn't you get the gold membership?
I don't remember if I got it, but I think the reward you get for the gold membership is a coupon that gives you a free refill of all your, like, arrows, bombs, and maybe just arrows and bombs.
Is it a one-use?
I think it's a one-use.
Oh.
Possibly.
Because I was gonna say that might have been like the equivalent of the huge rupee you get in Ocarina for killing all the Skulltulas, where it's just like, oh, it's a nice bonus for completionists.
It's like getting...
And I forgot what button takes out the bombs.
It's like getting the Korok poop at the end of the Korok quest in Breath of the Wild.
Well, at that point, I think Nintendo was just like, guys, there's a reason why we make like twice as many as most people will tend to get.
Yeah. I don't think I ever got more than like 200 Koroks at the end of that game.
Because, because the Koroks in that game, given the size of the world, I'd say the density of like Koroks to land space is pretty similar to like the Skulltulas in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It's just that the world is so much bigger that, you know, there has to be 900 instead of 100.
Yeah. Although in Ocarina, it made a lot more sense to collect all the Skulltulas because there's only 100 of them.
Well, yeah. But you still get, like, there's not really any, like...
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for?
There's
no really incentive for it beyond just, like, your own sense of accomplishment, because...
Yeah.
If you can believe it, rupees are even more useless in Ocarina of Time than they are in this game.
Uh-huh.
Well, once you get 50 Skulltulas in Ocarina, like, that's all you need, because that's all the good rewards.
Yeah. Again, it was Nintendo being like, hey guys, don't worry, you don't get anything for going for all of them, so you don't have to feel bad if you miss a few.
It's like, 50's good. You're fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like I like the method of, like, what Kingdom Hearts does, where for getting some crazy completion thing, you just get, like, a nice aesthetic thing to, put on your character or something. So, like... Because the problem with completion rewards is that if it's a mechanical thing, it's like, cool, you got this cool mechanical thing, but you've already completed everything, so you don't really have any use for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of, giving Sora the gold crown after you've done all these absurd tasks, it really does just kind of sum up like, this is bragging rights.
Yeah,
You did this
much.
for bragging rights.
Does he wear the crown in cutscenes?
I don't know.
That would
I would
be funny.
guess. Well, I don't know, because all the cutscenes are in real time, I think. Well, most of them are anyway.
Some of them are within game models. That's in Kingdom Hearts 2, right?
Well, yeah, I said that they're in real time, so they would, unless they deliberately swapped out his model for one that didn't have the crown. But then again, that would create, because like the only cutscenes you can view at that point are like the ending FM or like the ending cutscenes. So I don't know.
I guess there is no New Game Plus in that game, is there?
No.
No. But there is now in Kingdom Hearts 3 as of the most recent update.
Now with
really?
more darkness.
Mhm.
Speaking of New Game Plus, the Metal Gear Solid games actually did a good job of making like completion stuff and unlockable stuff like worth the time, because you can take that stuff into new games, and it's usually like pretty fun stuff, like unlocking invisibility or infinite ammo in Metal Gear Solid 1, or like C4, I think. And
or
Metal
like
Gear Solid
MGS3.
4 had some. Oh yeah, MGS3. You had
You
like
get the
revolver.
boss's gun.
Yeah, the Patriot. And MGS4 had some really fun stuff, like the big boss face mask that made enemies like freak out when they saw you.
Well, that game had like a crazy huge arsenal in general, didn't
Yeah,
it?
MGS4 had a ton of fun stuff to play around with.
Yeah.
Like
That to me seems like it's kind of in like the Devil May Cry 4 situation though, where like it's like super mechanically deep and robust, but you kind of run out of game in which to use those mechanics.
Well, that's where
Especially
the New Game
since-
Plus kind of comes into play, because like I played that game through over and over again so many times, like maybe more than any other game I've owned, because like you just keep getting more stuff to use, and it kind of changes how you can go through the game. And there's some like really fun joke stuff, like the solar gun that like if you shoot literal sunlight at enemies and just knocks them out and makes them just like erupt ammo and items, and you recharge it by like going into the sunlight, and Snake just holds up the gun into the sky and like gathers sunlight like Goku gathering energy for the spirit bomb.
God.
And he just yells sunlight.
That's a reference to one of Kojima's other games.
Yeah, it was like
It's book
I
time.
forgot what the
Was that a Kojima game?
Yeah, he directed that game.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's even the theme song like on the iPod in the game.
Nice.
And there's the one of my favorites, which is the Civil War era like black powder musket that has it takes like it can only fire once, and then you have to reload it, and Snake actually has to like put it on the ground and like take out the plunger and clean it out and put more gunpowder, and it takes
amazing.
like 20 seconds to do.
Oh, that's
But
great.
there's like a 25% chance that it just shoots out a tornado that sweeps up enemies into the sky and then drops just like an avalanche of ammo and items.
But Dan, is it possible to unlock Gaston's semi-automatic blunderbuss?
Unfortunately, no.
Maybe in MGS 6.
Yeah.
Well, no. Now that we're down Kojima, there's no fun allowed in the Metal Gear series.
Yeah.
What about
That's
Metal
true.
Gear Zombies? When are we getting good DLC
Like he said,
for that?
no fun allowed.
Dan, did you just hear Trey say something? We've
Who's
made this
Trey?
joke before. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Another heart piece. Goodness knows
Yeah,
we
that's
need
what that
those.
is.
So we talked over the entire golfing prelude to this little room, I guess. I was going to call it a mini dungeon, but that seems a bit gratuitous.
I like how
literally just a room.
Yeah. There's not much to this island, but it's just, I don't know. It's another fun little diversion, and a nice use of the Deku Leaf. Like,
Yeah.
They bring this back in Breath of the Wild in the canyon.
uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Except in that game, you instead of using like gusts of wind to move the balls into position, you have to use a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I ever beat that game.
It's kind of hard. I think all you get's rupees. It's not like a big deal.
I can't remember if I ever beat that game, Breath of the Wild.
It's pretty big. Let me tell you about that.
I never beat it on Master Mode though. Like not for lack of trying. I just never felt compelled to go to Hyrule Castle and fight Ganon.
Yeah.
I never beat it on Master Mode either because I didn't buy the DLC.
Now, what great treasure are we gonna get from Windfall Island?
Rupees.
Windfall Island.
Rupees.
Outset Island,
Outset Island.
Our beloved home. Surely they won't let us down. With a subpar reward that we've gotten dozens of times already.
Oh,
Da-da-da.
more money.
It's less than what we usually get. Great.
That was just one of the people. That's somebody you know on this island. That's their savings account.
They buried it at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, they're like, this is the.
No, you know who it is? It's the guy who uses the sickle to cut the grass in his yard.
Yes.
It's because Link stole his 20 rupees from his little back room. He's upped security since the beginning of the game, and now he's hiding it all at the bottom of the sea.
Somebody.
God, that was 35 parts ago. Can you believe it? Like, how far we've come.
Complimentary ID.
What does that
Yes.
even do?
You'll see.
We'll find out.
Yo, Beetle, where you at?
It does most wondrous things.
Wait,
But first I gotta waste this fairy.
complimentary ID? Does that mean?
I was making room for Granny's elixir soup.
I'm not sure why they call it a complimentary ID and not a complimentary coupon or something.
My assumption is he's doing forgeries, like fake IDs. He wants Link to get into that milk bar.
Going to Beetle's ship, he's got like a little monkey in there. It's like, I'm a gun launderer.
Oh my god. I've been playing this game for like 15 years, and I just noticed that on the side of the boat there's a painting of Beetle eating a pear.
There you
And
go.
there you go.
Da-da-da-da.
Goodbye, Beetle. Forever.
That's all it does. It's a complimentary ID.
I just imagine in my head an edit of like the Link turned around after that, just stood there for a few seconds, and the camera just like zooms in on his face, and it's just like the shaking of red.
Like I did in that one previous part.
Oh man, that reminds me of another thing. Okay. Do you know how restaurants will have reward stuff, kind of like how Beetle does in this game? Well, I'm gonna call out a restaurant, Panera Bread. All right. You used to be able to get a 99-cent bakery item if you got a meal and a drink. And I went in there the other day, and they changed it. It is no longer any bakery item. It is now only a cookie. And I want all of...
Ew.
Yeah. I want all of the Panera organization to know that
I hate you.
they're done for. They're finished.
I'm going to use my Let's Player
Good
clout
day, sir!
to bring everything down on you.
Yes.
Oh,
We
God.
will
fact,
take down Panera.
I can no longer get a cranberry walnut muffin or a cranberry orange muffin with my meal and drink for 99 cents is a travesty.
Yeah.
Travesty. Invisible Rock.
Yeah, the rock sometimes goes
Spy
away.
grabbing.
That face was great.
He has to take a lunch break.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that is the
Foreshadowing.
end of part 36, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time, and we are going to be taking on The Savage Labyrinth.
Don't worry about the payment. This part was complimentary.
Good night, everybody.